With just a thought, the handcuffs came off easily. The cell door looked as flimsy as a chopstick to me, and it snapped in an instant. Every table and chair in the station floated into the air, and then I sent them flying. I burst through the window and jumped down from the 4th floor. I stared hard at the woman in front of me, gave a light pinch with my fingers, and the car crumpled into a ball. Then I leaped up and vanished without a trace. I flew into the sky, saw the thick smoke in the distance, and my worry for my daughter grew even deeper. Suddenly my body went weak, and I dropped from the sky. I realized I still hadn't fully mastered this power, and I kept losing control. But I had no time left to practice, so I stumbled my way to save my daughter. I bounced hard across the ground until I reached the scene, and saw my neighbor clinging desperately to the iron railing, while the demolition crew was spraying water on him. At the last second, I pulled him to safety. I asked him where my daughter was, and he said she was on the roof. I leaped toward it, but my power glitched again, and I crashed right into the building. I looked up, and dozens of demolition crew stood in front of me. They piled on top of me, trying to pin me down, but I blasted them all off. Under my rage, they couldn't hold out for long, and only one was left standing there. I didn't give him a hard time, and flew out the window, heading straight for the roof. One landing sent a whole crowd flying. Even the special forces were nothing special against my powers. With a simple wave, I could take out 2 or 3 of them. That's when I finally saw my daughter. She was on a shipping container, one of its cables had snapped, and it was dangling at an angle in midair. I used my mind to force the falling container back toward the roof, but at the last moment, my footing slipped, and the jolt sent my daughter falling. I shot toward her, and caught her the instant before she hit the ground. After I brought her back to the roof, I asked the neighbors to watch over her, and then I made a decision. I slowly floated above the special forces, came face to face with their leader, Thomas, and held out my hands. I was turning myself in. I could have fought them to the end, but that would have put my daughter and the neighbors in danger. So I chose to surrender. 4 years later, I finished my sentence and got out. And when I heard my daughter was about to get married, a hint of relief crossed my face. Her fried chicken shop was booming again, and I had become a hero in the eyes of the neighborhood. I activated my powers once more and sent a beer floating to every customer.